As we continue on, we talked about how endocytosis is bringing something into the cell by wrapping the membrane around it and literally kind of enveloping it, giving it the hug of death. Phagocytosis is when it does that with a solid object, penocytosis when it does that with liquid. A great example of this in the body is the way that LDL cholesterol is absorbed into the cells. When that cholesterol is floating through the bloodstream, the individual cells, what they want to do is they want to grab some cholesterol, suck it in, and use it to stabilize the cell membrane to make it a little bit stronger, hold together a little bit more. And so what it does is it literally kind of wraps the cell membrane around the LDL molecule and pulls it into the cell. The other type of bulk transport is exocytosis. So endocytosis, bring it in, exocytosis, push it out. We've already talked about this in terms of the way that a protein will be made in the cell at a ribosome. That protein will then be sent to the Golgi body where it'll be wrapped up, it'll be packaged up in that little UPS store that is the Golgi body. And then the vesicle, the package, will float to the edge of the cell, bond with the edge of the cell, and then release that protein out into the world. Exocytosis is that a vacuole or a vesicle is made inside the cell, merges with the cell membrane, and expels its contents. Great example of this is the way that cells that line the digestive tract send out enzymes. Remember, enzymes are a type of protein. It sends out enzymes that digest our food so that we'll then be able to absorb it through the wall of the intestine and utilize the nutrients and the energy in the food. So a great example of bulk transport, specifically of exocytosis, is going ahead and when a digestive system secretes or excretes proteins out to dissolve food. A great example of endocytosis is the the bringing in of cholesterol to the cell in order to strengthen it when it's there in the bloodstream. And a great example of active transport or molecular transport is as we see salt being taken across the membranes from a lower concentration to a higher concentration through use of a pump to continue to keep the levels of salt in the body of a fish that lives in fresh water consistent, maintaining homeostasis.